Right, so this is the 2023 E450 that we found. This has the 7.3 gas engine in it, and this truck has a salvage title, but it's actually in pretty good shape. This is the reason they salvage it. It seems like they hit the box over here, and so this is just a chassis. This is a cutaway van. But the reason I got it is because there's nothing wrong with the drivetrain or the actual cab. It's completely in perfect shape, and so the box is the only thing that is damaged. But that's the reason I bought this thing, because there's no problems with it other than the fact that someone hit it right here. I don't need the box, so I'm gonna delete the box, and then we're gonna work on it. So stay tuned. We're gonna be removing this box from this 2022 E450, and you can see right there where we're racing it. We're trying to take it all apart. I bought this truck in an auction, and this came with a salvage title. But now that I got it on the shop, there's really nothing wrong with the cab. I couldn't find a single dent on the whole truck. Everything works perfect. AC, radio. There's nothing wrong with the truck. This was a FedEx vehicle, so we have a box. It was one of those really big and tall boxes. I need a bed, a dump truck, and since I have these, I believe that I can turn it into a dump bed. And there's a couple things that I like to do to it. The first thing that I want to do is I want to share that the fact that this is a 450, but there's not a whole lot of space here right now. The seat is kind of like flush with the back of the cab, and there's really not a whole lot of space here on the front. So what I want to do is I want to extend the bed. Right now it's as far as the seat is gonna go, but then the seat's sticking out, a good 5-6 inches past the bed. So I need to extend the cab to be able to be comfortable in there. That's the first thing I need to do. I already started doing my extension. I've never done anything like this, but I have a feeling that this is something I can do. And the next thing that I want to talk about is that I want to do a hydraulic bed on this thing, so that I can either load up one of my cars or pick up materials, move them, drop them somewhere. So this is going to be a crazy and fun project. I'm not sure if it's going to work out, but I wanted to share a video. I'm going to try to do an update of how things are going with this build. I think this is going to be pretty neat. I don't think I've seen anything like this around, and I want to just try to do it like a custom flatbed. So we'll see if I can actually do it. Thank you so much for following my channel. If you haven't done so, please like, comment, and subscribe. So that both sides done. Kind of hard to see because it's kind of small, the frame that I'm doing, but we got it. Well, we're working on it. That's what I meant to say.
Vamos a agarrar varias aquí también.
Traen las pinzas que tienen el pedazo flat. El pedazo flat, unas pinzas que traen una chingadera flat. Esas están con madre porque
Pero-
agarran un pedazote.
Pero, ¿cuántas tienes? ¿En varias veces?
Como 3.
Ah, bueno, ok.
Alright guys, I wanted to do an update of my 2022 E450 flatbed, and this is the way it's coming along. I went ahead and added about 8 inches because the cab is kind of small and the seat is really close to the dash, and I wanted to have a little more room. We went ahead and bended a piece of metal here. I think we used like a 14 gauge metal for these, and we also did these side panels. We did these lines here to match the way the bend looks. Now this sword line here. I went ahead and got a couple more sheets of carbon steel plate to be able to do my roof. Then I'm gonna do my back bolt here. But just I'll always have ideas. I think I'm gonna try to install a window on the back of the actual band so that I can actually look backwards. I don't think that I'm really gonna need it because I'm gonna have a headache rack. But I hate whenever I'm backing up with one of these big trucks and I don't have visibility. I'm gonna have a camera and a screen. However, I just think I'm gonna go ahead and do a window. I'm gonna try to do a window. So I went ahead and got me a window from a junkyard. Now I'm gonna have to make it fit into the actual flatbed. So I had to do a frame. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to do the roof because this truck was missing the roof. But I'm gonna try to do a window here on the back. So it's another project today. All right, so we're getting ready to start putting our new roof. And right guys, so I'm building my roof here for the van. It's kind of funny because the way I made it, it's actually a little bit round. Right now you cannot see it, but I got it on. I'm gonna start welding the roof on it. I had to do those little arches right there to support my metal. Coming along, and I'm ready to try to fit this in somehow. It doesn't have the same body line or anything, but I'm gonna have to improvise something and try to make it work. Metal, and I'm doing my back for this E450. I'm also working my roof. We got him working. He wants to start making some money. He's gonna have to start working now. All right, so here on my project, the drip rail stops right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another one so that it's continuous. It doesn't look like just a patch. To do an opening here for the window. It's pretty solid, and the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to figure out an interior. So I'm gonna be doing some panels. I'm either gonna cover them with vinyl, yeah, probably vinyl, and I'm gonna do a ceiling because this band didn't have a ceiling. So I'm gonna do a headliner, and I'm gonna do the side panels to make sure it doesn't look all bad in here. All right, so after I did my cap, I went ahead and added insulation to it. I used the 3/4 inch foam board. Now I'm gonna be doing a panel so that I can kind of give it a finish on the inside and it's not so rough. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of upholstery here. This truck was a salvage truck that I bought. This truck has the Godzilla engine in it. That's the reason I bought it. When I got it here in the shop, I decided that I wanted to do a flatbed out of this thing. I want to make it hydraulic bed, so I got quite a bit of plans with these. I've been having to build a new cap for it, and right now I'm gonna start doing all the body work on it, and then I'm gonna have to start working on getting my flatbed over here. This is gonna be a tilt hydraulic bed, so I'm kind of excited about how this is gonna look. See, right, time to do body work. 2022 E450. We went ahead and did our interior panels. They're covered on vinyl. They're ready to be installed. Have a headliner, back panel. This is going to be my headliner here. We also went ahead and changed the windshield. It had a crack, and I want to make sure that I don't have any issues with this. So I'm going to go ahead and change my windshield. And this is going to be my headliner that I'm going to be putting on my E450. I also did a back panel here. This is what's going to be on the back. And then I also have another panel that goes in there. I already made them. And now I just have to install them. Alright, another day went by and we were able to put our primer. We're gonna do a few little details that we can see now that we have the primer on. But I think we're getting really close to do the paint. And then after that I'm gonna try to do the flatbed. Right guys, I'm excited. I got my hydraulic lift kit for my dump bed. And now I'm gonna try to figure out how to install it. All right guys, we're ready for paint. We just cleaned our floor and we have our truck ready. I'm getting confused. I still call it a truck, but it's Econoline 450. So basically, whenever you do a flat bed, you need to have a flat chassis. And you can see right here where my chassis has a curve right here on the center. And I think I've discussed this in another video. But basically, what you want to do to begin with, you need to have a flat chassis. Right now, you can see where I created a flat surface on these. And that way I can actually start from here. So the next thing, well, I'm going to tell you how I created these. So I went ahead and added square tubing right here. This is 3/16 thick. And right now it's attached and it's welded here with these brackets into the main chassis. So you can see where I bolted it into the chassis because these chassis already had the holes. So I don't want to create any holes and extra holes into chassis because I think that will weaken it. I also don't want to weld into the chassis. I believe the heat might distort the metal, so that's the reason it's bolted on the bottom and then it's welded here on the top where I have new metal, and I'm not concerned about anything happening to this metal. So that's the reason I'm doing that. That's my suggestion if you're going to be doing something like this. And so you can see where I had my chassis. I added my square tubing, and that way I can have a flat surface. The next thing that I want to talk about is we have this. This is a Trex composite. The reason you want to do that is because when you have your flatbed, like it's going to be going up here, and this is the hinge that I put in it. So whenever it goes all the way back down where it's going to rest in here, that's going to be hitting these. And I don't like the idea of metal hitting metal over time, the noise and all that. So that's the reason I put that Trex. I watched a couple of videos online and they have like wood or, you know, stuff like that. But the reason that I didn't use wood is because over time the wood is going to be exposed to the elements. And even if it's treated lumber, it's going to get damage over time. And I hate the fact that I'm going to have to be maintaining and changing that out. I mean, having the flatbed is not going to be super easy to lift and remove. So that's the reason I decided to go ahead and add a piece of Trex here. That's the reason I have it. The next thing I want to talk about is that I have, this is my hoist that I'm attaching to the band so that I can raise the flatbed, and you have to keep in mind that these hoists are pretty bulky. So you have to keep in mind that if you're going to be adding one of these things, you have to make sure that there you have enough clearance. So I'm going to have to raise my chassis. Right now I raised it 5 inches right there on top of the chassis. And the next thing is I need about I need 6 more inches right here on top of my tracks to be able to clear these, which is the hoist. I'm gonna try to take a side view here so you can see. So from here to this point right here, it's about 7 inches. So you have to keep in mind that these things are pretty bulky. I cannot drop it any lower, because if I drop it any lower, I'm gonna give you an idea here. It's about 3.5 inches from my drive shaft. So you want to make sure that you don't come into contact or close to your drive shaft or any moving parts, components of your drivetrain. So you have to keep quite a bit of things on mind whenever you're doing something like this. When you attach your hoist, you have to attach it to a strong support, because this is going to be creating a lot of flex in here. So it's going to be moving. It's going to create a lot of stress into these chassis. So you have to make sure that whatever you attach it to, it's really solid. Right now I have a bolt holding it. This is just to mock it up and make sure everything works. I have this sort of support right here. You can see this is only to let the hoist rest into this position. So right now I'm just mocking everything up. I'm gonna make sure that it works. I'm gonna go ahead and do my frame right here. I'm gonna set my 6-inch square tubing here. I'm gonna make sure that everything works the way it's supposed to. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start building my flatbed. I have my diamond sheets, and I'm gonna do a heading rack right here to make sure that I don't mess the back of my band. But I wanted to do this video. I haven't been able to do any videos in the last couple of days because I've just been so busy getting all the materials. There's quite a bit of materials that you need to get. Right here I did a little hole here because we have the gas line that goes in here, or the filler for the gasoline. So you know, I just have to be doing a bunch of notches. And all right guys, sometimes when I'm working I'll go crazy. I get, you know, questions from neighbors or people who just goes by the shop, and I just lose my shit and I can't find my gloves, and this drives me crazy because it feels like throughout the day I lose stuff, and I'm either getting old or sometimes I feel like I have a ghost on my shop. And my son says that it's just because I'm very unorganized, but I'm just like, I'm going crazy trying to find my gloves, and I don't know where they are. You can see right here how I have to raise my chassis. I have to raise it about 11 inches. The reason is because of the size of the hoist. And right now we can barely clear our hoist right here. You can see where if your hoist sticks out farther than this, then you will not be able to put your floor joist. So that's the reason we're having to raise it all this much. There's no way to bring it down. If you bring it down, the issue you're gonna run into is that the hoist is gonna be too close to your drive shaft right here. So that's the reason it has to sit this high. So just keep that in mind if you're doing a hoist. I got all my flatbed done. I already greased all my fittings on my hoist. So all of that is ready to go. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay my diamond plate. So I'm trying to figure that out so I can weld it. I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna weld it from the top or weld it from the bottom. Either way, it's gonna be quite a bit of work. having to weld our diamond plate. We're raising this up a little bit, and then I'm able to weld my plate from the bottom. This creates a 50-degree angle for the dome. This is an 11-ton hoist, so I mean it should be able to carry quite a bit of weight. I think I'm more concerned about the weight that I can actually put on the bend than the actual power of the hoist, but I think this is gonna work out just fine. Feels like it's a little slow, but I'm assuming that's it has to be like that because of the weight capacity that it has. But I'm very pleased with the way it works. I'm excited. I've never done anything like this, but there's always a first time, and I'm very happy with the way things are coming out. Alright guys, on today's video I'm going to be talking about building a head rack for my 2022 E450. And so what I'm doing here, it's out of all my scraps of metal, I'm doing a frame. I'm trying to weld it all together. But then I'm going to be attaching some plate, and this is my way of doing it. It's not probably, you know, the most professional way or the right way per se, but basically I did a round profile to match the body lines of the Econoline, and so it's coming along nicely. Basically, you know, it's just a bunch of tube, and I did a radius on that. I had to do some cuts, but I can weld it all up. Then I'm going to reinforce it with 1-inch thick plate. Right here I have my plate, you can see right here, and so I'm not really concerned about the strength of the metal, because once I put my plate, it's going to make it a lot stronger, and that's going to be carrying hopefully not a lot of weight. The capacity of the Econoline, I think, is about 14,000 pounds, and so I'm going to say minus the actual weight of the truck and the bed, so it should be able to carry out at least, I'm going to say it's at least 6,000 pounds. So I'm comfortable enough for that. I think this heady rack is, you know, that's probably as much as weight it's going to carry. I think it's going to be fine the way I'm doing it. Yeah, so I've been having to weld all of these, put all of these together.
Yeah.
Do the metal, do a lot of welding. Then we did that.
Yeah.
And it's just been a lot of work. But we're trying to make it where, you know, it's we're almost done with it. I need to do something here on the back, but it's just been a little rough. All right, so I'm still working on this flatbed project. Today I decided to put a little bit of a safety thing here. This is something I added. So whenever you're gonna work on the hoist, you can just prop it up. They send you a piece, but as you can see here, it's kind of small. So, you know, you wouldn't be able to work freely around the hoist. So I went ahead and extended it a little bit. And then I put a support right there, so whenever you're working here, you're safe. I'm working on my tailgate here for my flatbed. I've been working all day on this back part. I'm having to do all the holes and the recess for the license plate. I'm trying to get it done. All right, so today I'm going to be working on these toolbox. I was trying to order one online, and it was like $300-400, so I decided to go ahead and make it. I might as well try to get it done. All right guys, today I wanted to shoot a video. I want to be able to lock my flatbed whenever I'm driving down the road and I have a car or even a load. If I want to lock it in place, I welded these handles that I found these in Amazon. They were about $50, and basically what you do is like you connect your moving channel to the more solid beam over here, and basically you just weld it. It's very easy to install these. Like you weld it, or you actually weld it with this the biggest it can be. So you can see right here where I'm barely flush right here on the bottom, and that will be as much as it's gonna latch. So if you're trying to put something together that is pretty tall, this will work perfect. Right now I have an 1.5 inch gap in between them, but this is the way it works. It locks there in place, and then you press, and then you keep your beams together. And you can see as soon as I take it off how the beam goes up. I don't know if you can see it here, but basically there it's pretty tight, and then when you let go it kind of raises. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show today. I'm almost done with my flatbed. I can't wait till I can knock it out. I also have my gas cap filler over here. It's all installed. It's ready to go. And we also have a toolbox over here. All of this is kind of like do it yourself. It's not really, you know, fancy box. It's just something that I need so I can lock my hydraulic pump. I also went ahead and added these locks, so whenever I'm down the road holding a car, you can latch it and get it all together. I did some braces here for my box. Everything's been like homemade. I mean, I could have bought everything pre-made and stuff, but like these hinges I'll just install today. And I'm almost done with it. The next thing I'm gonna do is try to put my pump and my battery on this box. But I primed my trailer. We're using a DTM Sherwin-Williams paint. And now we're gonna start painting. Right now I did a sample here. Was not too happy because my paint looks blue more than black. But we're gonna find out if this is actually gonna work. A DTM paint. This is a weird situation because I was told that the DTM, which is an acrylic, it's kind of like a water-based paint. They said that this will be the best, better than the oil. So we went ahead and sprayed it. It was kind of weird because when we sprayed it, it looked blue. I guess right here on the camera you cannot see it, but it looked blue. Now that it's drying, it's actually looking black, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got it done. I'm not super pleased with it because I bought all these lights at the same time, and my lights on the center here, my markers are kind of like a different shade of red than the other ones, but it's okay. I mean, they're all LED lights, and I got to install them. Now I'm gonna try to finish this up. I need to add another marker here, and I'm probably gonna do a rail here, so in case I had to secure any load into the flatbed, that I can actually do it. You can always just do it from the bottom. This is a 1/4 inch C-channel, and always you can hook it up right here. But I think it's gonna be better for me to have a side rail right there, and I can wait till I get it done. So you have to make these 1 to 1. So right here is 5, so you have to go to 10 to be able to make it right.
Because the first thing you want to do when you're going to be mixing paint is that you need to stir it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stir it. This is a candy paint. You want to make sure you stir it. So we got 14 ounces right there. We're going to reduce it to 14, so it's 1 to 1, so we need to go to 28. Not dirty yet. 28 ounces. That's a 1 to 1 mix. So we're at 28 ounces right there. Now what you want to do is the same thing. You want to stir it. Right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using these. Give it one to spray it. And we're going to use it as you spray it here. There's a way that I like to set up this gun. So you open your trigger, then you start to close it. Once it touches right here, you can feel when it's barely touching. You can turn it a little bit. And this with fan wide open, this is wide open, you want to close it one turn. And this is the setting I like for this gun. So now it's ready. And we're ready to put our candy in here too. This one's ready to go.
Alright, today I want to show you a video. I have this 2022 E450. This is the connector back here on the chassis, and I was trying to run my LED lights that I installed, and I was having a hard time figuring out how to connect them, how to wire them. But basically, you know, you had to turn on your blinker over there, and then on this connector that came with the truck, I was able to find you know, one wire when you step on the brakes, then when you step on the signal, turn signals, running lights, emergency lights. Anyway, I find each and every wire for that, but I was having a hard time with it. And basically, if you're having to do a connection for your LED lights, you're only going to look for turn signal, passenger, driver side, and running lights, because the signal that comes from the turning lights is going to have, yes, your blinker, and it's also going to have the brake. So when you step on the brake, it's going to come from that same signal from that wire. So in reality, you just need to have your running lights, left signal and brake, and then right signal and brake. You also going to need your reverse light. From the running light, you can have your license plate that is going to be on all the time whenever you have your lights on. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, you just need to have 3 connections, and I just wanted to share that because I was having a hard time figuring that out. I thought each light will have a dedicated cable, but as it turns out, when you have the turn signal, one of the cables that comes out of here has the signal for the brake and the signal at the same time. So that's all for today. I wanted to share that, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave them on the comment section. Thank you for watching. Alright, so today I've been working on the LED lights of the truck. I installed them before, but I needed to make sure they all work. And here I have my running lights, I have my turn signals, my reverse. Also have my license plate lights right here. They're working. So we have a little bit of progress here. We also started putting everything back together. We have the side mirror, have the reverse camera here. Also the headlights are on. It's coming along. Hopefully we can knock it out pretty soon. And then I still have to paint the wheels, but I'm almost there. Alright guys, another day working on this 2022 E450 project. We're starting to assemble everything back. We put our headlights today. Right now everything's, you know, a little dirty, but we had to put our panels back. And now I'm gonna have to work on doing the interior. This is gonna be like a custom interior because this thing didn't have a roof or a back panel. We added these. So we made the panels for that, but we're gonna have to assemble that. All right, guys. So today I'm working with my helper over here.
Hi.
And we had to install this glass right here in the flatbed, and it's just me and him by ourselves. And I didn't think I would be able to install it, but I gave him a couple of instructions as to what to do, and he held the glass out here, and I was installing it from the inside with wire. But we got it in. I'm super happy. I wasn't able to film it. I see we were doing it. Of course, there was a chance that we were gonna break it, but I didn't care because I'm trying to teach my son that if he needs to do something, he needs to try to do it. And even if he doesn't have a lot of help, he needs to figure a way to try to do things. All right, even though this is just a work truck, I'm gonna be doing some of the kill mat. You know, whenever you're into a vehicle and the heat is brutal, all the heat just fills inside. So I put a little bit of foam insulation here on the back. All this back here was custom made. Today we installed this glass right here, and we're gonna be doing the kill mat on the roof because I want to make sure that we have I guess heat reflectant. Okay, yeah, do that. I got my helper over here helping me today. So we're gonna be doing this, and I need the camera right here. I did those panels right here. This was a cutaway band, so it didn't have a roof, so I had to make a roof and a panel. We also installed this back window here. This window came out of a 1996 F-150, and so you know, this is just like some simple panels that we did in there just to kind of like cover the metal frame that we did. I also did my headliner out of wood. I used a 1/8 thick plywood to do my headliner. I mean, it's pretty simple, but I think it looks okay for what I need. And I mean, this didn't have any of that, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to assemble the rest of the components here on the cab. We installed a new windshield last night, so we have a new windshield. This thing has a collision camera on the front, so I mean, I'm excited. We're almost done. Stay tuned. Hopefully we will knock it out before the end of the year. So guys, we finally made it. We passed our inspection in our flatbed, and I got my plates today, so we're gonna be installing these plates, and I want to show you how to use these little knot inserts. And basically what you do is you want to drill a hole, and here I'm going to show you, some of you guys are like familiar with these, but we're gonna go ahead and it's gonna give you an idea how we actually use this thing here. So we're gonna put our plate here, and I need to do a little mark of where I'm gonna be drilling. Okay. All right, so what you want to do is you want to drill. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to get one of these tools. I like these aluminum knot inserts. You have to have the bolt and the knot insert that you're going to be using, but basically you're going to slide it, and you have to drill the hole to the size of the actual knot insert. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna need to have knot insert, the bolt itself, and a drill bit for the correct size. If you make it too big, then it's not gonna work. But you put it on like this, and then what you do is like you tighten this thing here. So now the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this thing here. All right, so now you have a knot insert right there. That's what's going to be holding your plate. And so again, I'm going to show you here. You're going to slide it in there. You put it, and now the next thing you want to set it in there. And then that's all you have to do. Once you get it, all you got to do is pull this bolt out. mean, you can always just have a noggin washer on the back, but that's the way I like to do it. I can crimp it in there, and then that's all you really need to do. Let me show you here. Once you actually have your bolt, you put it in there, and you don't have to be putting anything behind it. What you got to do is just put it on, and then you're good to go. Today I decided to go ahead and paint my wheels. I also wanted to add handlebar so that if you're ever trying to climb into the flatbed, you can. And I'm gonna do a step right here. So, you know, I'm trying to get it done. I haven't been able to finish, but this is a project for today. All right. So my day's over now, but I was able to do my handle and my step right here. Basically, what I want to do is, in case I need to climb into the flatbed, to have a couple steps here and a handle. So we installed these, and now it seems like we're pretty much done. Right now I have one last issue where my battery's been going dead. I'm gonna put it for a slow charge. I'm gonna let it here for a little while, and then we're gonna see if this actually charges, and if not, I'm gonna have to put another battery. That's not gonna be a problem. We can always we can always just change the battery, but we're gonna try that, and that's gonna be the last thing we're gonna do for now. We're gonna let it sit, and then my battery, it's not really taking charge. It actually is, but as soon as I start a vehicle a couple times it dies, so I went ahead and buy a new one. I went ahead and got a motor craft for this, and we're gonna go ahead and replace it here into the van. I hope that this is the last thing that I need to do on this thing. I mean, this is a 2022 model with 56,000 miles. There shouldn't be any electrical issues with it, but I mean, obviously the battery was not really taking or holding the charge. So we're gonna put this new one, and hopefully this is gonna solve this little hiccup with this thing. All right, so I installed a new battery on my F450. It's actually an E450, and I wanted to check the voltage. So right now I'm at 12.6. I haven't even started the band. I just wanted to test it out, see what the voltage is. I'm gonna let it, and tomorrow I'm gonna double check to see if there's anything draining my battery. One of the reasons I don't wanna start it also is because I removed my air filter. It was really nasty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get another filter, and then hopefully that's gonna be the last thing that I need to do. So we got new battery, new windshield, new flatbed. We did all our interior. We got everything pretty much done, and now we just need to test it out on the road, and I think we'll be done. We also did our door handle and step, so this is coming along nicely. Hopefully we'll get it done. All right, so we've been spending the last 3 or 4 hours drilling a hole so we can put a backup camera into this. And there it is right here. Right here we got about 3/8 of an inch thick for the metal. So it's taking a little bit of time to drill all that. The hole is about 1.5 inches. And we just want to have a camera, so whenever we're backing out, we have a good visibility of where we're backing into. So that's the project we're doing today, and we're pretty much done. I believe this is going to be the last thing we do to the flatbed for now. Stay tuned. Good morning, guys. I want to share a video to this 2022 E450 that I've been working on for the last couple of months. As some of you know that you've been following my channel, I bought this cutaway band on the auction, and this was a box band from FedEx, and we actually removed the box. We still got it out there. You might not be able to see it. I'm zooming in. That's the box. But we removed the box and we added a flatbed. We extended this about 7-8 inches on the cab, and we've been working quite a bit on this. We painted the wheels. We changed the color. We done quite a few things. We have a camera system right here. We did a couple panels that were not included on this thing because this was a cutaway. It didn't have a roof or a cat back, so we went ahead and added one. We also added that window, and we're pretty much done with it. We're just putting a backup camera right now because we want to be able to have like a good quality camera whenever we're backing up. This is gonna be a work truck, so we want to make sure that we're safe. Alright guys, so I was able to drive my flatbed today. I went ahead and put a load on it. This is supposed to be about 4,000 pounds. So I'm going to do my test on dumping this off. I'm super excited because I've been wanting for this moment for a little while. And the van rode really good on the highway. This is in E450, so the top speed of this is 70 miles. But I think it's more than enough, for a work truck that is going to be carrying a lot of weight. I think this is just going to be fine. I'm not used to cars having a limiter, but I think this is going to be used fine for work. All right, so this camera is coming pretty handy. I can actually look on my left side and my passenger side right here. And this is pretty cool. You just need to get used to it. All right, so we're going to try it. Let's see what happens. Alright, so it's the first time we're ever dumping anything. So let's see how this works. So right now we're supposed to have about 4,000 pounds. It's going pretty close to the door, but let's see. I want to see at what angle this thing actually dumps. Keep going up. Alright guys, just when I thought I was done, yesterday I did a drop of lumber here, and I realized that I made a mistake with my with the back of my flatbed. Whenever I raised it all the way up, it was barely touching the floor as it is. But then once I had a load in it, it actually got to touch the floor, because once you put weight on the actual flatbed, it sits a little bit. And I believe we put about 4,000 pounds. Anyway, it rubbed the floor, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove a little bit of these. I'm gonna remove about 3 inches. I wanna make sure that if I'm ever delivering something somewhere, that I don't touch or mess up the concrete or grass or whatever it is that I'm gonna be driving on. So I'm gonna have to do that. And it's hard to admit, but I did fucked up. All right, so after working on this all day, we were able to cut it down. We cut down about 3 inches, and we're almost done. I just need to set up my backup camera, but we got it done. Hello everyone. Today's video we're going to be installing a battery maintainer. This is a 4 amp, and for the longest time I've been needing to do these whenever on my dump trailer that I got back there. I'm always having issues with the battery, so I always carry a jump starter, but I want to do one of these things here. So basically what you do is you put extension cord to it, and you plug it, and then it charges overnight. So pretty much every night you have to put a extension cord, and it will charge the battery overnight at 4 amps. So that's what I'm doing today. And you know, this is so easy. This thing was about $50 from Amazon, and it had really good reviews. So we're gonna be trying this out, and we're gonna try to knock this out today. Charger and maintainer. It's Pro Mariner Protect One. It's a 5 amp charging station for dump trailers. I guess any application where you need to maintain and charge a battery. But I'm gonna try these. Installing this thing was super easy. It comes with 2 wires. One goes to the positive, one to the negative. Basically what you wanna do is you wanna drill a hole with a 2-inch hole saw on the metal, and then you just got these 4 screws holding it in place. So I mean, it's really easy to put it on. The next thing you need to do is just wire it, and if you want to test it, I'm going to show you right here. So you press on here on the test, and it shows you how it charges the battery. Like right now it's probably about 90%. It's not all the way up, but I mean it's charging. And then once you connect it, it's actually going to go into a setting depending on the battery that you have. This will charge you know, pretty much any type of battery you have, whether it's a regular lead acid battery or AGM gel or whatever it is that you have, it will charge it. So I wanted just to shoot a video about how I'm planning on using and charging my battery. Stay tuned. Alright, so today I want to change the oil on my transmission. Everything I've been using on this truck is a 2022 E450. I want to use OEM parts, and had a bad experience a long time ago. I had a Chevrolet 3500 work van, and I never did an oil change in the transmission for many years. And one day someone suggested that I should change it because I use it quite a bit, and I'm not lying, but the day that I changed the transmission fluid, I messed up the transmission. For some reason, after I put it on, I drove probably about 2 hours away. My transmission died right after that. So I'm not sure that the oil had anything to do with it. I cannot think so, but I cannot prove it. But anyway, on this one, I just want to put the OEM fluid on it. I don't want to take any chances. This vehicle has 56,000 miles in it. So I just want to do a transmission flush and just go ahead and just put new oil in it. You know, this is a 22 model. They had this vehicle on the road for 1 year. How I know they had it in a year is because this is the sticker that came with the vehicle when I bought it. So that's a 2022. This expired on 10/23, so which means they had it for probably about around 10 months. It seems like this thing got involved in an accident and they just parked it. However, for those 10 months, I'm not sure what driving habits whoever was driving it had. And I looked at the oil, it doesn't look red. Transmission shifts perfect. There's no issues with it. Like I've driven it on the highway with the load and just by itself, and I mean, it just rides pretty good. However, I like to start right. I like to start fresh, so that's the reason I'm trying to do this oil change. So I'm gonna put it on. That's gonna be my project for today. All right, guys, it's time for another video. Today I'm gonna be installing my strapping. I finally got them in. The reason I ordered these straps is because I want to be able to secure any lumber that I put on my flatbed. And since sometimes we have random lengths, I wanna have a sliding strap. So what you do is you attach these into the frame, and then you can put your straps. But if you need to move it, you can just move it to wherever you're going to be securing anything or any lumber. But I ordered a few of these straps. I believe I ordered about 5 or 6 of these, and then it's always better to have more than needed, and you know, not to be short. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be installing these. I have to do a little bit of welding on the bottom to put that channel. All right, guys, so I've been working on this for a couple hours. It was really easy to put to weld the channel. And now we have our straps. Still need to put my strap into the winch, but we got it and we're ready to do some hauling.